Hey everybody, it's me, Franklin Donnie D. I have a lovely young lady sitting next to me, known as Jacnique Nina. How are you?
I am fantastic, Donnie. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. Now, folks, she's no stranger to this show. And, you know, King James Brown, they used to come as a package. But today, we're separating that package. Doing her, and then King James Brown will be on the next show coming up. Because she's got a lot to talk about also. So, how'd you get started in this music business?
Well, it's kind of funny. I don't have anyone who's musical in my family that I knew of anyway when I was young, little, growing up. But we used to watch television a lot growing up, and I would always be so interested and fascinated with Diana Ross and Cher.
Okay.
Like I felt like a kindred spiritness with them, even though I was only like, 7 or something,
Right,
but I was
right,
like,
right.
I would watch them and I would be so mesmerized and by their beauty, their spirits, their costumes, those gorgeous Bob Mackie costumes, which are absolutely unforgettable. And I just would love watching them. I couldn't wait for the shows to come on that they were on.
It's celebrated.
Yeah.
All those variety shows.
Yes. And so I
Okay.
decided I want to do that, but I didn't know how to do it. And
Okay.
so I really didn't start doing recorded music until I was like about 18 years old.
Okay.
I had an ex-boyfriend that I didn't even know was a producer, high school boyfriend. And his sister was like, "Oh yeah, did you know he produces music?" I was like, "What?"
Where you at? Where you at?
Right. And so we made some demos, and I kind of was just going along trying to make great music. But
Right.
of course, when you start out, you might not be as great as you think you are. The voice might need more training, things like that. So I kind of like, developed as I went along into a greater vocalist, greater artist, and I think that it's always important for an artist to continue developing and continue working on their craft, because there's so much to it.
Yeah, well, I've listened to some of your music. I have a CD of yours in my Jeep. I think it was produced by
Preston Glass.
Yeah, Preston
Yes,
Glass.
the Wish of the Heart series.
Yes. And there's the ones, Love, there's what's that?
Wish of the Heart?
No, there's a
or
song on there that I used to.
Standing Tall.
Give me some
The
more.
Bright Side of Goodbye.
Keep going.
Soul Candy.
Soul,
I know you like that one. Yeah.
That's it. Soul Candy.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
so when did that CD come out?
That came out in March of 2018.
Okay.
And that was the very first project that I did with a major music industry producer, Preston Glass.
Right.
And it was an absolutely fantastic experience. Preston is such a humble person for who he is.
Right.
And I love working with him. And we're actually working on a second album now.
Good. You know, I interviewed a young lady, Stephanie Angelini, from over in Australia. And she had this cold cut.
Wow.
And she said, it was produced by Preston Glass.
Yes.
I said, yeah, he's reaching all over the world.
He is the hit maker,
Yeah.
I tell you. I mean, there's many, many, many hit makers, but he really has a golden touch.
Yeah, see, and
Platinum touch.
yeah, and I didn't know who he was until I met King James Brown.
Oh, yes.
And he told me
yes.
about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, and what else are you doing as far as in music business? I know that you have a label.
Right.
You're doing a whole lot of things.
Right.
For the women, boom. Sisterhood, boom. Here she is right here. Tell us about some of the things you're doing.
Yeah, I am from San Francisco.
Okay.
I came to LA to get deeper into the music industry and try to plug in and really, make something of myself in
Right.
LA. And so when I came to LA, I was like doing all the showcases, like anyone I could find. I'm there. I'm like,
Okay.
I'm on a bus at midnight
Right.
coming back home from a showcase.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes by myself, coming back to the hood.
Dangerous, dangerous,
because
yeah.
I
But you
I
had that
love
love,
it.
you had
It's
to
my
do that
passion
music,
to do
right.
it,
Right.
And God told me, you go there and you sing. Any opportunity you have to sing, you sing. So I listened to the voice of God, and that's what I did, and that's what I continue to do. I believe my gift comes from God.
Amen.
And I
Amen.
will
And it
always
does.
acknowledge that.
And he has blessed you because you can do several different genres that I've noticed. You know, you're a jazz singer, blues, R&B. You do any gospel?
I have some contemporary Christian music. I wouldn't call it gospel only because, like, I don't have the big belting gospel voice, you know. But I do have 2 contemporary Christian songs. One is called You Are, and the other one is called Chains. And a lot of people love the song Chains because it talks about, like, breaking through something or you know, you yourself taking the initiative to make that breakthrough for yourself in your mindset first, because that's where it comes from first.
Yes, indeed.
You know, but yeah, I'm doing a lot of things. I have a label. I'm the only artist on my label currently.
What's the name of your label?
I have a new label actually now. It's called Jacnique Nina Music and Film Media.
Okay.
It's brand new. My label before was called Siren Fire Music Works, and so now I'm doing something kind of different, incorporating film into what I'm doing. And I really have always had a passion for helping independent artists.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to say. When I first came to LA, my husband at the time, Ricardo Love, who was a phenomenal music producer, I was very blessed to be married to a phenomenal music producer. He produced a lot of my music, about probably 40 songs.
Oh.
And so we would hold a showcase for independent artists, and the idea was we wanted the artists to be able to walk away with a piece of film that they can continue to use and promote themselves.
Right.
So we had this showcase in little coffee shops and stuff. For a while we had it at Sunny Spot in Leimert Park.
Okay.
And I always love, you know, helping independent music artists be heard. I'm just so passionate about music in general. I'm so passionate about my music, and I get excited, you know, when I see other independent artists that are really phenomenal, and I want to, like, help them if I can, you know.
Right.
What I mean? And
God bless you.
Thank you. We had this showcase, and so now I have a streaming internet radio station, Jacnique Nina Radio.
Okay.
That is going to launch in July at some point, and have several independent artists who've already sent me music. In fact, Lorena Morrow, I don't know if you know about her, she's an amazing, outstanding jazz vocalist. She has a brand new CD. Her CD release party is actually today, July 9th. I don't know when this will air. Her name is Lorena Morrow.
Remember that, folks.
Gorgeous, gorgeous voice. Lorena Morrow. She's absolutely amazing.
Okay.
And Sharon Marie Klein, so many people. Paris Escovedo is going to be sending me music.
He's been here.
Yeah, I don't have his music yet, but I know he'll be sending me music. Will Donato, Aisha, whom I love her music.
Okay.
So many, I can't name them all right now.
Well, let me ask you this. As you know, climbed the ladder of success and worked with a lot of different people, and I know, how did you and King James Brown connect?
That is really funny. I used to sing in a band called Flight to the Light.
Flight to the Light.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the band is led by Gary Garrett, who's a good friend of both of ours.
Okay.
And I came to sing at an event for Gary. It was just a quick guest appearance. I had my little daughter with me, and I just sang like a couple, 2, 3 songs. And I was on my way out, leaving. And James and I didn't meet that day, but he was singing that day. He became the lead singer of that band after me. I wouldn't say I was a lead singer, but I was like one of the lead vocalists in that band. But James became like the lead singer of that band. Okay. And then, like, after, you know, I had already been in the band. And so I'm leaving out of this outdoor, you know, area restaurant where I was having this event, and I hear this voice, you know, it's James singing, and I turned around, I was like, wow, who is that, you know? And I really didn't think any more about it because I was in a hurry, I had to leave. But we didn't meet until like a few years later, actually, and I approached him because he's such a great artist. I had seen him a couple times out doing his show, and I was like, wow, he could really use like a lot more bigger promotion. He was already doing a lot of promotion. He's like king of promotion.
Right,
But
right.
I was like,
but he could use a little bit of help.
yeah, I was like, I could probably
it up.
help him. I felt like I could help him again, like my passion for helping independent artists. And so we started talking, and you know, we had a lot in common, and we just clicked, you know, and the chemistry was there, and it just kind of unfolded that way over
And how
time.
long is that? How long ago was that?
Gosh, that was like probably 5.5 years ago.
Oh,
or something like
okay,
that. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So, I was looking through YouTube and I saw several fantastic live performances of yours.
Oh, thank you.
And there was one you did Sade. Which one was that?
Yes, there's one that just happened. I just performed at Michael T's restaurant in Las Vegas, and they have a beautiful showcase there for independent artists called Motown Living Legends of the Past, I think is what it's called. And they do it on Wednesdays and Sundays. And the Sunday one is 12 to 3. They're trying to do something for people that don't want to come out at night. You know, a lot of older people don't want to come out at night, don't want to drive. So we went over. Face to face, each classic case, we shall present the progress can be license to love, insurance to hold. They'll tell you memories and change into gold. His eyes are like angels, but his heart is cold. No need to ask, he's a smooth operator.
Okay, wow, what a video, what a voice, ladies and gentlemen. So, you're from the Bay Area.
Yes, San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Do you ever go home?
I have not been home in so long.
No.
And I miss the Bay Area so much.
I love it up
It's
there.
such a beautiful melting pot of cultures and people.
Exactly.
And I don't know how it is now, but when I was growing up there and until the time I left, it was just, you know, people really embracing each other in the Bay Area.
Yeah,
you know,
I love the love.
Yeah.
Our executive producer, Eat Dog Eric Bailey, behind in the booth, he's from up north too.
Yeah.
And it's a trip because we get a lot of people for some reason that come here. They're from Northern California.
It's got to be his energy.
Maybe.
He's
Eric?
drawing us.
Yeah, but then, you know, we had Mo Jones, comedian, Mo Jones, who was the hype man for Hammer.
Oh,
he was here on our last taping. But anyway, how do we check you out? How do people find you, for one thing? I mean, social media, websites, stuff like that.
Yes, my website is JacniqueNinaMusic.com, and my name does have an unusual spelling. It's J-A-C, like cat, N-I-Q-U-E. and then Nina Music, and it's all one word, JacniqueNinaMusic.com. And there you will find everything you need to know.
Now your name.
And a lot of music,
Speaking of her name,
yes,
I was posting some little promos for this show today. And I spelled your name wrong about 3 times. But then I had to go back and look and see how they spell it.
Right.
You know, and then I got it right, J-A-C.
Yeah.
But I was spelling it J-A-Q.
Oh, yeah.
You know. Jacnique, where did that sounds French or so exotic. Where did that name come from?
It is exotic, and it's French inspired. My mom's name is Jacqueline.
Jacqueline,
which is the French pronunciation of Jacqueline.
Right.
And so my father wanted to name me Monique, and my mother could not stand that name for whatever reason. I don't know why, but she wanted to, compromise with my father. So she took part of her name and with Nique, and she made Jacnique. She created my name.
Because I don't think I know any other Jacniques around.
Right,
and when I hear Jacnique, I know they talking about you.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I also know you and King James Brown do a lot of shows together.
Yeah, we do. A lot of times I open for him. And I think that, is really fun, because we are so close, and it's really great to be able to come out and give a great show and warm up the audience for him.
Okay, now, I know that you just made a big move.
Yeah.
And you drove down here in the heat. We got air conditioning in that Mercedes. Right. But where did you guys move to, and why did you move?
Well, we moved to Henderson. Really, I convinced James to move to Henderson because I wanted to be closer to my mother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
My mother is 80 years old, and she's in very good health, but I just recently witnessed the decline of my grandfather, which really broke my heart.
Right, but you said
really
grandfather.
Yeah.
So he must
And he was 90.
Yeah, God bless.
But, it just it made me feel an urgency to be near my mom, and
I bet she
spend
loves
time with her. Yes,
I bet she loves
does.
it.
Yes.
Yes. So you guys are in Henderson, and it was hot up there today, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh, it was 115 degrees.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So you have a daughter.
Yes.
Is she going to go to school up there?
Yes.
Okay, does she miss L.A.?
She misses L.A.
Her friends.
Her friends.
All them our teenagers do.
Yeah, but she is happier coming to Henderson because we have family there.
Yeah.
Her aunties and
good.
Her nieces and our whole family is there. Well, I would say a capsule of our family because most of our family lives in Louisiana.
See, here's another one.
Yeah, here's another.
Here's another one. What part of Louisiana?
My mom grew up in Shreveport.
Shreveport?
My father grew up, they started out in Mississippi early on, and then they moved to New Orleans.
Damn, there's another knowledge.
Yeah.
My 10th wife is from...
10th wife?
10th wife. I'm just joking. One of my wife divorced, but we're still good friends and everything. But she's from New Orleans, and all my daughters got all those recipes.
Oh yes.
And my daughter Nicole, she cooks that gumbo, shrimp etouffee.
Oh, that's my favorite. I love that.
Jambalaya, red beans and rice.
Yeah.
When I'm down there, give me a shrimp po' boy.
Right.
Shrimp po' boy dressed.
That's it.
Cut in half.
That's it. Yeah.
Go to We Never Close.
Yeah.
But anyway, big mamas.
Yeah.
But okay, so you're in Henderson. Is there? I would think that like Las Vegas is one of the first places to open back up.
Right.
And what switch reels? How did you guys deal with COVID?
Wow,
Because everybody, people I know in this business, everybody was, holding on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Including myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I was all about staying in the house and keeping my daughter in the house.
Did you go to work every day, or?
I was working up until it got really bad, like back in March when they started shutting things down.
Right.
and I was working. I usually, have a day job. I can't be like a musician sleeping on folks' couches.
Oh, no.
I'm grown and I have a child.
Yeah, you gotta have a job.
I gotta have a day job.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So they, put us on leave, and eventually ended up just what do they call it? Laying us off.
Right.
And
unemployment time, folks.
Hey, thank God it was there, as a
I
Christian,
know.
thank God it was there. But so it was real scary, very, very scary.
Yeah.
And I believe I actually had it. We actually had it like back in February, but we didn't know what it was.
Didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
That's true with a lot of folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had it. So you get immune to it, because I think I had it before too, because I was around all kind of people, and people that were sick. I had family members that passed on, but it never hit me. Every time I'd get a break of sweat, I thought I had it. I carried my thermometer with me everywhere I went, until I got my vaccinations.
Right.
But it was terrible. I know a lot of people that's in this business that's still here today. We made it.
Okay.
We made it. We're sitting here on this couch.
I know.
Right here doing this interview.
Well, I thank God every single morning when I wake up.
Yeah.
Like, whew, thank you, God, for checking me in again.
I know people that's been in this studio that God bless are not here today.
Right. Right.
So God had a reason for you and James to keep going, for Marsha Dees and for me to keep going.
I believe that.
There's a reason why we're sitting here today.
Absolutely.
Out of all those singers that you were talking about that you just felt, who was the number one lady that pulled you, that you try to snatch a little? I know a lot of times you snatch it from everybody, but who's your number one?
I would have to say Nancy Wilson.
Oh, I knew she was going to say the fancy Miss Nancy.
I would have to say
Nancy Wilson?
Yeah.
What's your favorite song by Nancy Wilson?
Oh, gosh. Let's see. I love her singing The Nearness of You. There's so many.
Guess who I saw today?
Guess who I saw today? Yes.
Don't ask my neighbors.
Don't ask my neighbors. There's so many. I mean, every song she sang, she just had this beautiful way of expressing her vocals and so many different things she does with her voice and nuances. I just think she's just one of the most incredible vocalists of all time. But then I also have to mention Ledisi in saying that, and Yolanda Adams. Every time I see those two, they just like absolutely blow my mind all the time.
You know who I think that when I hear you and when I see you, who comes to mind for me?
Who's that?
Phyllis Hyman.
Oh, a lot of people do say that.
People say
a
that.
lot of people do say that.
Yeah, Phyllis Hyman.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was woo. She left us too early in life.
Oh my gosh, I know. And actually, I had talked to Preston about, us putting together a Phyllis Hyman tribute album, because she was his favorite vocalist, too. She definitely inspired me tremendously, and I got to see her once at Kimball's East in the Bay Area, and it was just so phenomenal. It was just so phenomenal. Yeah.
Well, tell me this, you got some new music coming out?
Yes, I do.
Tell the folks about it.
I would love to. So I actually just released on February 14th, Valentine's Day, a CD of 25 of my favorite songs of mine.
Ooh.
And it really, I have to say, it really was COVID inspired. I'm like, well, if I'm going to die, I'm going out and giving them all the music I can give them.
Hey, she'll be remembered, folks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I made this huge collection album, and it's really a beautiful collection of mostly love songs and, fast, slow. Some are jazzy, some are a little bit more smooth R&B. And the songs some are produced by Ricardo Love, who was my ex-husband, who's a phenomenal music producer, and some are produced by Preston Glass. I call him the hit maker. He tells me that Aretha Franklin used to call him that too, the hit maker.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute now. A little bird told me that you got a song coming out with Howard Hewitt.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So this album that came out February 14th is called Audio Portrait. That's the big collection. And then I just recorded a duet with Howard Hewitt, and it's called Love Speaks in Many Ways, and it should be out at the end of July, early August, sometime around then.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How'd you meet Howard?
You know what, it's funny, I had run into Howard at like different parties in LA, and a friend introduced us, but it was never like, oh, let's work together. I was just like, oh my God, it's Howard.
Yeah, right,
oh
right.
gosh, you know?
Right. Did you know him in the Shalimar days?
I listened to the music. I've loved his music and his voice since then, since Shalimar. And I feel like he is just one of the most, that voice, I mean, it's just so gorgeous, his voice. And just all the things he does with his voice, I just think is incredible. And it really moves me and touches me. And so I never thought I would be making a record with Howard Hewitt. But Preston suggested that I do a duet with Howard, and that's how it came about.
Wow. You know, Marsha Dees and I had a chance to, you might have been there. We saw him at not Lady V's birthday party, but she had done a show at the
just recently I missed that one.
And he would perform that with Jam and Jay Lamont.
Right.
And that's the first time I had actually ever saw him before. So, you got that coming out, and I know you're going to probably make a lot more music. Before we go, what do you have planned for the future, starting when you leave here, musically? I mean, you got any shows tonight? Programming music
into the radio station, my radio station. That's like an ongoing process. And any independent artists out there, please feel free to contact me. The mission of my station really is to play phenomenal independent music by phenomenal independent artists. So please get in touch. You can reach me through my website, JacniqueNinaMusic.com, or please feel free to send music to JacniqueNinaRadio@gmail.com. And my name is JACNIQUE, Nina, Nina, radio@gmail.com.
And if you didn't get that, get me, Franklin Donnie D, and I guarantee I'll get you hooked up.
Yes, and it doesn't matter if your music is new or old. My mission is just that we all be heard. So please don't be scared, don't be shy, you know, just
you heard it.
Get in touch,
you know, heard it.
And send your music on.
Send your
sure
music
play it.
on.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to send it, make a song too.
And the station.
I want to be on.
Absolutely.
Hey, it's been fun. I got to run. She is giving you a whole lot of fun and told you about some things that I'm learning some stuff about the music business. And I didn't know that she helped out indie artists.
Yes.
So if you are an indie artist, contact her. Like I said, you didn't get her, get me, and I guarantee I'll get you that.
Yes.
Peace. We're out of here.